Telephone distraction,
Did you drive?
yes.
What was the weather that day?
It started snowing, so I decided to go and get a couple of things.
Can you talk a little louder, please?
I went to track and field gate outside, forgot to get some goods that I didn't get at Ventil the day before.
Just let us clear up one thing. All right. Just so the jury understands, you have a slow speech pattern, correct?
Yes.
Does that have anything to do with the injuries you incurred in this fall?
No. I was born with that.
What is it? Do you have some kind of a speech impediment that was from birth? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
And what is it that you have?
I was tongue-tied.
Tongue-tied?
Tongue-tied.
Tongue-tied. All right. All right. I just wanted to clear that up with the jury. You're not under any medication today?
I take Advil.
All right. Are you surely are not under the influence of any prescription drug or alcohol today, are you?
No.
All right. So this is your normal manner of speech and thought process, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you drove to Stratton Benfield, and I presume parked in their parking lot.
Correct.
And then tell us what happened thereafter.
I entered the store, and I think I went, as I recall, I went to the washroom. Then I come out of the washroom and went and purchased some eggs, got some eggs to buy. And I was looking for a couple of more items that I didn't have. And I went in the tuna area. And I think I got some relish. And then I went to all food. And there was some people, a person ahead of me, a couple of people ahead of me. And when I got up to the conveyor, I started putting myself on the conveyor, and the mat slipped. I stepped on the mat and it slipped. I slipped and fell.
I'm going to show what has been marked Plaintiff's Exhibit 1, and that's a photograph. Would you look that over, please? And can you describe what that is?
That's the conveyor.
Well, is that the approach to the area where you enter the town?
Yes.
All right. Can you put this on the
Judge, can you activate the tab for the almost the last one on the right?
And just refresh the minds of the jury. This is all these photographs that we are going to be submitted to the this particular witness have already been agreed to. All right. Now, the approach
Your Honor, just so there's no misunderstanding, this photograph that was agreed to was taken by plaintiff's counsel a year after and set up at his, it was his angle and the way he photographed the area.
Yes, we've already mentioned that picture. This shows the approach to where you ultimately were going to put your purchases on the conveyor belt to check out, correct?
Yes.
Yes, this is not on the day of the accident, but as the approach and the area generally the same as it was on the day of the accident?
Yes.
Okay. If it will help you, you can always turn around and look at the picture behind you to refresh the memory. So, see where that chain is in the side of the conveyor belt counter?
No picture.
Behind you, Mr.
See where that chain is?
Yeah.
That chain was there on the day of your fall, correct?
Yes.
You see the mat on the floor partially?
Yes.
And with that mat there, also that same mat on the day of the fall.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to show you what's been marked plain as Exhibit 2. And again, it was taken later, but I'm showing it to you for the purpose of identifying the approach and the general layout of the floor and the mat and the counter. Is that what it is? Is that a picture of the general layout of the approach to where you're going to check out, and the floor and the mat and the conveyor belt and the chain?
Yes.
And even though this was taken a year later, it still represents the general layout of the store at the time that you fell on February 1st, 2011, right?
Yes.
Turn around and have a look at that now on the, we call this the Elmo view graph. And that's just what I showed you, correct?
Yes.
And that is the aisle that you were going to check out on the day of the incident, correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, I'm going to show you, turn your attention here to this photograph. This is plaintiff's exhibit number 3. When you look at that, is that a closer approach view to the same area where you fell?
Yes.
Showing the floor, the mat, and the counter. And even though it was taken a year later, it would still represent the layout on the store at the store at the time you fell.
Yes.
Now that is the same exhibit that we just talked about. And I'm going to point to certain things on this to direct your attention to. This is the area in which you fell, correct?
Yes.
And in that picture it doesn't show the mat because it's a different angle, correct? But the mat was there? Mat there on the day of your fell.
Yes.
Okay. This is a chain. This is a warning sign, which we'll cover later.
We're going to object. He's leading the witness.
Well, you can't see it because it's right But we'll have another exhibit to show what that is.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been marked plaintiff's exhibit number 4, and would you identify what that is?
Yes, conveyor. There, fell.
And this is a straight-on view of the area in which you fell, correct?
Yes.
Although it was taken a year later, is this the same layout generally of the floor and the area where you fell on the day of your fall failure with the first 2011?
Yes, it is.
All right, now if you turn around and look at this exhibit. Just could you move it up so we can see the exhibit number again? Okay. This is plaintiff's exhibit number 4. And you already testified that this represents a general layout of the area in which you fell on February the 1st, 2011, correct?
Yes.
And is this the mat that you slept on and fell?
Yes.
Is this the general area of not only the end of the checkout counter, or the conveyor belt, I should say, and the interior portion of what eventually is the cashier for the other side that would stand in this area, correct?
Yes.
Also shows the chain, and there is a warning sign which you can't read on this one, but we'll show you an exhibit. Now, 3 minutes. All right?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to show you what's been marked plaintiff's exhibit number 5. Tell me what that shows.
That's the conveyor.
Is that the checkout, same checkout lane?
Yes.
All right. But this is a photograph of essentially the way that you would have checked out and gone through the conveyor belt and out the store, correct?
Correct.
And does this represent, even though taken a year later, the general layout of the store, the area in which you fell on February 1st, 2011?
Yes.
Liz, can you move it up as far as it'll go? This way, up. All right. This photograph starts with the general area where you fell. It's a different view, primarily to show the overall area, correct?
Yes.
All right. On this occasion, when this picture was taken, there's a chain. Now, hooked across the aisle or where you would exit to go through the conveyor belt and check out, correct?
Yes.
Was that chain there on the day of the fall?
No.
That was an active lane, checkout. There's some question as to whether it was aisle 1 or aisle 2, but nevertheless, this is the aisle in which you were going to check out, correct? This does not represent, as far as the chain is concerned, this does not represent the layout of the store on the day you fell, correct? As far as the chain is concerned.
Right.
show what's been marked as plaintiff's exhibit number 6. And can you tell me what that shows?
That's the area.
Is that the area that you found?
As I recall, yeah.
And this is a straight-on view of the opening from side to side in the area where the cashier for the other aisle is and the conveyor belt is put under purpose, correct?
Yes.
Only it has one thing different, correct?
Yes.
What is that?
Chain.
And where is the chain on that?
It wasn't.
It is in that picture, correct?
It's on the picture, yeah.
But that is not the way it appeared on the day of the fall. In what respects?
It wasn't across.
It wasn't across the entrance to that area for you to put on your purchases on the conveyor. Okay?
Correct.
Turn around and look at the same exhibit. We're still talking about plaintiff's exhibit number 6 that you just testified to. This generally is the area that we're talking about which you found, correct?
Yes.
This is the mat that you identified as what you specified, right?
Yes.
This is the conveyor belt in which you were going to put your purchases on.
Correct.
Only now it has that same chain that is stretched across from the conveyor belt to an eye over here on the wall next to where the cashier for the other aisle. Is that correct?
Right.
And that chain is shown stretched across for demonstrative purposes, just to show that the chain can be put across. Is that correct?
Yes.
And prevent people from getting into that area.
Correct.
But it was not there on the day of the fall, right?
It wasn't there.
What?
There was no chain.
There was no chain. And that was an open area.
Yes.
And so that chain was not hooked up to either the open area or the checkout aisle to go out the store, correct?
Correct.
All right. I'm going to show you what's been marked plaintiff's exhibit number 7. And would you tell me what that shows?
That's the conveyor that I was
Conveyor belt. Where you're going to put your purchases. It's a close-up of it, correct?
Yeah.
And is that the same layout as it was on the day of your fall?
Oh, except the chain wasn't there.
Well, this is a real short close-up of it. The chain isn't hooked up to anything.
No. That's what I understand.
Turn around and have a look at the same plaintiff's exhibit number 7. All right. This is the area of the conveyor belt right up here in the blue. I'm sorry, in the white.
Right.
And there's that chain, but it's not stretched across this area that you were in when you were putting your merchandise on the conveyor belt at the time you found it, correct?
Yes. It wasn't across.
Again, as you testified, that chain is either hooked up to prevent entrance into this area, nor
Yes, why not?
I appreciate the fact that the plaintiff has some disabilities. I appreciate that Mr. Kuzmin can leave on some questions, but every question's ending with, isn't that correct? After it's really Mr. Kuzmin testifying. I ask him to
Pretty bad.
Well, he already testified.